Hi, this is Ghost and welcome back, and winter has finally fallen upon Battlefield 1 in the forms of the winter update. In this update we are seeing some more player progression being added into the game, some weapon rebalancing and a fair few bug fixes. Now, I've played through a fair few rounds now with this new patch, and I thought I'd share with you my thoughts on this patch and whether anything's actually really changed or whether it's pretty much the same. Anyway, starting out with the new player progression that's being added in. It's not really new, is it? It's been in Battlefield for a very long time now. I think Battlefield 2 used to have the ribbons, and I'm not really sure why they didn't have them originally in Battlefield 1 when the game was released. However, they have now added them in, and we have received 20 ribbons to work towards in our time playing online. Now, at the moment, these ribbons are only for kills, which was a little bit upset. I was hoping they'd add in the playing the objective one, so every few flag captures it rewards you with extra XP for getting more flag captures. DICE have indicated that this will be added in later. This is only the start of the player progression that's going to be added into the game. As I said, it's currently on kills, and they are based around, for every 5 kills you get with a specific weapon type you get a ribbon, and for every 7 kills you get with a specific class you get a ribbon. And then I think it's for 5 kills for every vehicle kill you get as well. So it's a new way of getting more experience, and it really has made a massive difference. If you sort of play a full-length operation, you can easily get 10 ribbons in a game, which is another 3,000 experience on top of what you'd normally be getting, which does mean that you do reduce your rank up times quite significantly by having these in, which I'm quite welcome to see. I just wish they'd come in a bit sooner, because I'm really not going to be able to utilise them very much, as I'm nearly rank 100 already. On top of these ribbons being added in, we are also getting the elite codices being added in. Unfortunately, it's only on 8 weapons at the moment, so they're not on every weapon, but once you reach 500 kills with these weapons, it doesn't backtrack your stats already, so it's 500 new kills since the release of this patch. You will receive an elite codices. Unfortunately, this isn't going to be anything special. It'd be quite cool to give you a specific weapon skin or something extra to sort of have on your class, but it doesn't. What you get is the little codices completion and 25,000 experience points. That is a huge amount of experience points. If you have a good round on operations, without the multiplier, you're going to get about 25,000. So you're doubling your score just by getting those 500 kills on that specific weapon. So it's going to be a big thing added that into the game. And I'm going to definitely try and work towards these quickly before I reach my rank 100. On top of this, we are also seeing the class ranks increase all the way up to rank 50, which does seem a little bit excessive. Unfortunately, due to the fact that it's slightly glitched at the moment, I say unfortunately, due to it being slightly glitched, I do actually know kind of how many points you will require. Currently I have about 3.3 million points on my assault class, and on the soldier screen it tells me that my soldier class is rank 50. So I assume we'll have to get about 3 million score to be able to rank the assault classes up to level 50. Now, the only thing you really get for this is when you kill someone, just beyond your health bar, you get a little emblem of what the class is, and it varies in colour from level 1, which is bronze, all the way up to level 50, which is a platinum colour. I don't think that's really enough. You should have something a bit more. It'd be quite cool to have something like not necessarily a soldier skin, because each of the soldiers have a different skin anyway. When you reach level 50 with those, you could get like the sergeant's version of their uniform, so it'd give you some sort of visual appearance of actually getting somewhere with the game. I think that would be a really cool addition into the game. Next up is the changes to the renter server program. Now, this was something I don't really understand, again, why it wasn't originally added into the game, why you can now only just kick and ban players from your own servers. If you owned your own server and the server was full, you couldn't get into it. Now, if you do own the server, you will kick someone out to join when you join in, and you also have the ability to kick, ban, and password. You don't have the ability to password protect your server yet, but you can kick and ban people from a server, which is really important. I would like to, hopefully there'll be more additions to this as the game progresses along in its life cycle. A lot of the changes in this game, in this patch, were a lot of bug fixes, so hopefully we should get a few less little glitches and errors in the game, which would be quite nice. However, there are still the massive glitches and bugs in the game. Though you can still get the respawn glitch, or not respawn glitch, when you get revived and you're shooting your weapon. If you've been shooting your weapon as you die, and you get revived, your weapon will still not be able to be fired. And you've also got the very annoying spawning glitch, which is if you've killed someone can still have a few seconds to be able to spawn on them. This is purely because of the way that they've implemented the spawn mechanic into the game, and that's a zoom in mechanic. As you press on them to spawn in, they can die and you'll still spawn in on the ground, giving you the opportunity for a very easy kill. I think there's one that features up here later on in some of these gameplays. Now, with the weapon tweaks, we have finally seen the, we are seeing the Martini Henry get a bit of love. Now, obviously in the last patch got a massive nerf and barely anyone used it from that point onwards. Now, it has had a buff to its sweet spot damage, which pretty much means that I think they haven't given us any exact numbers. I think it just means if someone's running and their arm gets in front of them, it would usually apply a 0.7 times multiplier to the damage, so you'd only do 70 damage if you hit them in the arm. I think they've changed it so it now will still win one hit if their arm is in front of their body. I've played with it quite a bit now, and it does feel a lot better. It does feel like a weapon I could actually use again. I still don't think it's as strong as the SMLE, purely because of all the negative aspects of it, but it does have that excellent sweet spot range, and you can get a lot more one hits with it, so it is better in that respect. They also fixed an illogical behaviour with the K bullets. Now, I never experienced this. I don't know what it was at all, but I'm glad it's been fixed. I don't know whether it was something really stupid, like it was applying a sweet spot mechanic to the K bullet on a vehicle, so you could do 100 damage to a vehicle with it if you were in between 30 and 80 metres, which would have been quite amusing to see, but I'm glad I never saw that. On top of that, a few of the, pretty much all the Storm variants of the weapons and the Hellregal have all seen about a 14% increase to their side-to-side recoil, which I do think is probably a good thing, because it does mean that it's not really going to affect these weapons at their sort of closer ranges, but at long ranges it is going to mean that they are going to be less effective than using something like the low weight edition of the LMGs, which is obviously designed more to be better at long range, and the Storm's meant to be better at close range. So I think that was a good change. I don't think we'll really notice it very much, but it will slightly affect your long range ability. On the note of long range killing, they have buffed the Set Ladder 1906. Now, the buff that they've made to it is to make it a lot more accurate and reduce its recoil and decrease its spread. This is not the issue with the gun. Yes, it has made it a little bit better. It's a little bit better, very, very minutely better. The main issue with this weapon was the fact that it has a 5-round mag and it takes 3 shots to kill. They need to buff its damage to make it a better weapon. As it currently sits, it's not anything particularly special, and it's still a weapon that's pretty much going to go unused. Now, a few of the medic weapons have received quite a good buff. They've reduced their side-to-side recoil on the autoloading 8, the Seragotti, and the M1907. Now, I'm really excited. I haven't really tried the autoloading 8 since this change, and you could already spam fire the extended version of this weapon already, so I'm really looking forward to seeing how accurate this weapon is now. I'm really going to have to give that one a go. That is next up on the list. There's two big weapons that they obviously changed in this game, or spent a lot of time rebalancing, which are two weapons I didn't really think they needed a lot of time focused on, but they were two of the shotguns. All the variants of the 12G automatic shotgun have been buffed. They've had their cones reduced slightly, which means they're going to be more accurate at range, and you're going to be more consistently be able to get 2-hit kills with them. Now, I still only think there's only one variant that should be used in this, primarily for the fact that the standard 2 variants, which are the Hunter variant and the Black Ball version, only have 5 shots. Now, if the weapon takes 2 shots to kill, you can only get 2.5 kills, which is just not particularly proficient, especially when the reload system is terrible with this weapon. For some reason, if you completely empty the weapon, the first shot has to be loaded over the top of the weapon, then you can start loading them normally. Don't know why that is. There must be some reason for it, but I have no idea why that is. So to try and reduce the amount of time you have to reload, I will always use the extended version. On top of this, you have to the difference in 2-hit kill range between the extended version and the Hunter version is only 3 meters. It's not a massive amount of distance, so let's be fair, in my personal opinion, I think the extended is now more usable. However, I really don't like this weapon, and I can't recommend using it over either of the other 2 shotguns in the game. It, for some reason, has massive vertical recoil, and you kind of need to spam fire this, so if you do spam fire it, your recoil goes all over the place, and it's very difficult to track a target. I think you'll notice by a few of the kills that we've got in some of these clips. So it has seen a quality of life improvement, and it is better, but it's still not particularly a great weapon to use, and I would use the other 2 shotguns. Mentioning the other 2 shotguns, there is obviously one variant of the other 2 shotguns, which is, I probably assume, the least used shotgun in the game, which is the Model 10A Slug. Now, this is it's not really good. It doesn't fit anywhere because it's sort of the cross between a sort of sniper rifle and a shotgun. You have to be really accurate with it, but you kind of want to play at close range with it. It's very awkward. I don't feel it sort of fits well into the game. The changes they've made to it is it's got less dispersion when you're aiming, so it's going to be a bit more accurate, and they've also increased its muzzle velocity so you can hit targets at a much bit greater distance whilst they're moving, which does make it a little bit better. They have, however, reduced its damage to the gut, arms and legs, meaning you won't be able to one-hit quite so consistently in the lower body at close ranges, but they have increased that, increased the range that it's able to one-hit at. So it's out to 8 meters now. You can hit people in the gut or upper arms and it will kill at 8 meters, and then you can hit in the chest and head from about, well, no, in the upper chest to 11 meters. You can still headshot from a significant distance, and they've evened out the recoil a little bit. There's a few other weapons that have had a buff, but that's mainly the most of the weapon changes. One of the big changes that I was really excited to see, and unfortunately I don't think it's a big enough change in the game, is the nerf to the gas grenades. Now, they've reduced the duration of the gas grenades by 7 seconds, which seems like a really big amount. And yes, it is a very large amount of time that has been reduced off of that. However, the main issue that is with the gas grenades is the fact that there are 2 gas grenades you get and they resupply quite quickly. So even though you have a reduced duration and you can kind of see that the fact that they do disappear a lot quicker, they are still very prominent in operations. I've played a fair few operations, and every flag you go near, there is still this mass amount of gas clouds. Because you get sort of 6 or 7 people running them, the duration time isn't going to make a massive difference. I mean, I was sitting on a flag earlier and I think I had 6 or 7 gas grenades around me, and it doesn't matter if there's that lesser, there's 7 seconds less on the time. If there's 20 of them on the ground, they're still going to be affecting you for that long. I think they just do too many things and there's too many of them. The fact that everyone has 2 of them and they fully suppress you, damage you, cause you to have to hip fire because you can't really aim down sight, they visually impair you, and on top of that, if you don't have your gas mask on, they will stop you healing as well. I think it just does too many things. There are a few more little tweaks and things that were made in this game during this patch, and I will link the full patch notes down below so you can go and check them out if you want to. I think in general this has been a really good patch. The addition of the start of the addition of the player progression is a massive thing, and I'm really happy to see that they've put that in. However, I do think there are 2 big issues that haven't been addressed in this game, which is the spawn mechanic and the grenade spam. Hopefully we won't have to wait too long for the next patch. We should be seeing a new patch come out when the DLC comes out next month, and hopefully they will then address those issues when that comes out, and I would love to see some big changes to the game. But anyway guys, I hope you enjoyed this. Please leave me a like rating if you did, and I shall see you on the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and goodbye for now. Bye.